6 months ago, Pete was excited about his new career as a prison officer.
I just wanted to make a change. I want to make a difference, help people, rehabilitate and obviously protect the public.
But 3 months of training, with little time inside an actual prison, failed to prepare him for the reality of what he'd face. A world of threats and intimidation, where officers were too often powerless to act.
The weaker people, the people with mental health issues, the people who've never been to a prison before don't want to come back, but then they get threatened and they get blackmailed into paying money they don't have, because there's very little chance to earn money in the prison.
The officers were ready to help, he said, but could do nothing without the names of the perpetrators.
It's the desperation and the sadness I found very difficult to deal with. They can't say anything because they're just terrified, they're absolutely terrified. So the only way for them to ask for help is to either damage themselves, self-harm or even attempted suicide, or they damage the property. So they break up the cells, or they attack other prisoners, just to sort of make themselves notice and get themselves segregated away from the wing.
On one occasion, Pete had to resuscitate a prisoner who'd set his cell on fire for exactly that reason. His revelations come after months of disruption across the prison service. In September, officers walked out over unprecedented levels of violence, and in August, the government took control of Birmingham Prison from the private company G4S after inspectors said it had fallen into a state of crisis. This was a riot at the jail in 2016. Pete described the prison he worked in as well run, but says there simply weren't enough staff.
There are many very great, excellent prison officers who do a very good job. That's all good, but to rehabilitate, you need more. You need to be able to solve the problem of the bullying and the massive debts and people being affected on the outside. It's very important to stop the flow of mobile phones and drugs into the prisons.
A spokesperson for the prison service said officer numbers were at their highest level since 2013, with an extra 3,500 recruited in the past 2 years and another 2,000 due to begin training soon. But Pete has experienced the reality of life in a prison and knows it's no good recruiting staff if they then can't face staying in the job. Emma Birchley, Sky News.